Hello and welcome to a LiveX unboxing. My name is Aubrey and today we'll be opening up the Panasonic UE150. This is Panasonic's newest robotic camera and it is fully 4K capable with 4K 60p, which is really awesome. So at LiveX we have the Panasonic HE130, which we love, and we love to bring it out on jobs, and we're very excited to get our hands on the UE150. So without further ado, let's get into this very large box. So I'm actually gonna put this on the ground and then pull the camera out of it because it's very large. So bear with me for a moment. All right. So again, like I said, this is pretty similar to their HE130, but it does offer 4K from the camera, which is really exciting. So to start, it comes with some operating instructions, which obviously is super helpful in when getting a new robotic camera, especially if you're not used to robotic cameras. This is a really great way to start. I'm a big fan of reading the instructions. So on top of the camera still, we've got a baggie full of some goodies and IEC. So we'll see what that needs to plug into here because the camera does not have an IEC jack in it. Here we've got, appears to be a power brick. That's exactly what it is, a power brick with DC power, and then a PoE switch with the DC power connection. So there's the DC power connection with the brick, and then the PoE switch as well, which is great. So. Hey, quick clarification. This is actually the GV-PA901 from GeoVision. This is not a PoE switch, this is a PoE converter. So it actually takes the LAN signal in and outputs a PoE signal to be able to power your robotic camera. Super helpful in environments when you don't want to have a lot of cables going, which is most environments. So like I said, LAN in, PoE out with a simple DC power. This device comes with its own DC power brick and IEC for that brick. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming. Now let's get to the real reason we're all here. This camera was an exciting announcement at NAB New York, and I'm excited to open it. All right. So we've got the base plate that you can use to connect it. A lot of times we'll connect a baby plate to this and then have that baby pin adapter, then we can clamp that onto whatever mounting we want, whether it's a upside down hang or a vertical right side up mount. It also has a place for the safety cable to connect for safety, obviously, very helpful. And the camera itself. Now, when using these cameras, you have to be very careful about the connection between the actual head and lens of the camera and the neck that connects it to the base. We've actually built our own cases for these cameras just so that we can properly support the neck. And I know that that's something that Panasonic heard about, and so they've actually made this a little more robust. So, but I still want to be careful when I take it out. Obviously, it's a robot. The joints are very important. So let's pull this sucker out. Move this. All right, let me clean up my workspace a little bit. That's better. Now let's get this bag off of here and look at the prize itself. Oh, so this is actually a much richer black than the HE130. The HE130 is a little more of a gray, and this is a very deep black. Obviously, if you're looking at it on my shirt, then you can't really see it very well, but it's a very deep black. So the camera comes with this lens cap, which is technically a temporary item that just comes in the packaging, but we found it very helpful to keep the lens cap and use for storing. Keeps dust out of the lens, keeps unnecessary like finger marks off the lens, anything like that when you're moving it either to the stand or back to the case. So that's super helpful. We'll take this off. And we'll see that it has a 20 times optical zoom, which is an amazing feature. A lot of times a 20 by lens is much larger. So this is a really awesome feature that they've provided. Also in 4K, there's a 4K crop mode on this camera. So you are able to push in when you're in 4K, which is a neat feature, especially in live. And I would be remiss to not point out the fancy new tally light on top. The other ones also had a tally, but it was much smaller. So they've made it much more obvious on this one. So tally's great for live talent to be able to follow. So let's take a look at the back of the camera, but I am gonna actually do what I would never recommend to do. I'm gonna make a very slow movement of the robot, and turn it this way. Ooh. Okay, awesome. Start over here. We've got our LAN connection, RS422 connection. We've got our 12-volt power. Something to note with these cameras is that you do have to buy the power separately from the camera. So you will need to buy a separate power supply for this. But it is a 4-pin power connector. IRID, audio in 1/8 inch, a nice fan to keep it cool, a monitor out, SDI, a 12G 4K SDI out, a 3G SDI out, and Genlock, an HDMI out, and what's really exciting also is an optical fiber out, which is the future, obviously, so that's an exciting feature that they added. So we'll flip this back up very carefully. So just like I said before, noting how sensitive this connection can be, also rotating the base of this without it being powered on and without doing it with the robot itself is very bad for the motor. So what I just did, I would not highly recommend. It's fine from time to time as long as you really understand that you don't want to push it to the limit and you don't want to be twisting and turning it and just kind of more guiding it. Just a piece of info there. So that is it. Thanks so much for watching a LiveX unboxing. Again, my name is Aubrey. If you liked this video and you want to check out other unboxings or our live show, Ready to Take Live, please subscribe to us on our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and we look forward to hearing from you. See you next time.